In our second installment of Case Studies in Compliance, we'll be explaining how logistics entities recognized by the Federal Maritime Commission can help mitigate the import process. When importing from overseas suppliers, many companies focus heavily on the production aspects such as choosing the right factory, negotiating price, and making sure the product is manufactured correctly. But in our experience, some of the biggest problems happen after the cargo is ready to ship. If not careful, communications breakdowns, missing documents, incorrect shipment details, unexpected surcharges, and unclear responsibility can quickly turn into costly delays. For importers working with international suppliers, the issue often goes beyond whether or not the supplier can make the product. In fact, the bigger question often revolves around the agent managing the logistics process once the goods are ready to move, and this is where the role of an FMC licensed NVOCC becomes important. An NVOCC, or Non-Vessel Operating Common Carrier, is a logistics provider that arranges ocean transportation without operating the vessel itself. In the U.S. trade, licensed NVOCCs are regulated by the Federal Maritime Commission and generally issue their own house bills of lading. They are also subject to tariff requirements under applicable FMC regulations. The reason why NVOCC status matters is because documentation and rate transparency are two of the most common areas where importers can run into trouble. A house bill of lading helps identify the shipment, the parties involved, and the transportation terms. A published tariff helps support transparency around applicable rates, charges, classifications, rules, and practices that govern the transportation service. And while that does not mean every shipment will be perfect, it does create more structure and accountability. If there is a dispute over charges, missing documentation, or confusion about who was responsible for a specific part of the shipment, having proper NVOCC documentation can make the issue easier to review and resolve. For importers evaluating overseas logistics partners, it would be wise to consider these practices outside of just the pricing. How they document shipments, whether they issue a house bill of lading, how rates and surcharges are disclosed, and what happens if there is a dispute. The best logistics partners help reduce confusion before the cargo moves. At DMS Trade Services, we see this often. Clients with the least amount of issues or delays tend to work with logistics providers that create clear documentation, maintain transparent rate practices, and understand FMC compliance expectations. When working with international suppliers, always remember that while supplier selection matters, logistics structure matters too. A properly registered or licensed NVOCC can help create more accountability around documentation, rates, charges, and shipping terms. And that can make a major difference when something goes wrong.